Alright, so I'm kind of testing this out. Some of you may have watched the other videos, you didn't see a picture of me, you weren't sure if that was actually me. I guess maybe I should be making this screen, I'm pointing, but I don't know what that's doing, making this screen a little bigger so this fits, but here we go. So we're in here, it's definitely me, I got some coffee, let's do some chemistry. Alright, so first thing I want to do is let's look at some mole-to-mole problems. Alright? First thing is we want to make sure you have down generally what a mole-to-mole problem looks like. So when you do a mole-to-mole problem, they're going to give you some number of moles of X. So you read the problem, you're going to have a number, that's what you're starting with, that always goes in the upper left corner. And if you start with moles of X, and down here in your fence post in the right part, right bottom, you're always going to have moles of X there too. Now, when you read the problem, they're going to ask you to change it to moles of something else. So you're going to go from moles of copper to moles of copper hydroxide or something like that. What you want to find, that always goes in the upper right. And then for the numbers in front, this, and I'm going to have problems writing this is where you always put the coefficients from the equation. So you look, you find X equation, you find its coefficient in front, put that number here. You look, you find y in the equation, you put that number here. Alright? I know this is maybe a little messy. I'm going to have to redo this. This is all just a learning process here. All my fans out there, we'll grow together when we do this. Alright? Alright, so let's look at an actual problem. Alright, so let's take a look at this problem. So we have a balanced equation at the top. All these stoichiometry problems, you can't do it unless you have a balanced equation. So we have 2 moles of hydrogen plus 1 mole of oxygen produces 2 moles of water. So here's our problem. If 3 moles of hydrogen reacts with excess oxygen, determine the moles of water made. So let's look at this. So first thing you do, find what you're starting with. We're starting with, why is my pen not working? There we go. We're starting with 3 moles of hydrogen. Now that hydrogen is reacting with excess oxygen, but that's not what we're looking for, so we can just kind of ignore that. That just means you have enough oxygen to react with all the hydrogen. And here's what we're looking for. Determine the moles of water. So we're looking for moles of H2O. So we make our fence post, and then whatever you start with always goes in the upper left. So we have 3 moles of hydrogen. If we start with moles of hydrogen goes in the bottom right. What we want to find, which is moles of water, goes in the top right. Now if you look back at what we started with our template, whenever you have moles to moles, you're always using coefficients. So let's look up here at the equation. Here's the coefficient for hydrogen. It's 2. Coefficient for water is 2. And this is all we do. So we have 3 moles of hydrogen times 2 moles of water divided by 2 moles of hydrogen. So the moles of hydrogen cancel out, and we're left, our answer is going to be moles of water. So we have 3 times 2 divided by 2, and so we're just going to end up with 3 moles of water. And you can also look at this, 2 to 2 is really 1 to 1, so it's not going to change it. So here's our answer, 3 moles of water. And I'll do some other examples for you.